Hello, dear ones. This is Eleonora from the channel The Awakening Path. And today I'm going to talk to you about my awakening path. I consider myself an awakened starseed, even though I didn't recollect all my memories yet. But every day I get more clarity on my mission, and also I'm already in contact with 3 of my galactic self. I'm gonna explain to you what contributed for all those changes to happen, to manifest. But before, I'd like to thank each one of you for being a subscriber and help me reach the 500 mark. If you're not a subscriber yet and you like my content, just please subscribe right now if you wish to. So I also like to remind that I am a Reiki practitioner. I am intuitive and empath and a channel. During my Reiki sessions, I channel your higher self that constantly give me message related to the part of the body that we are working on. And in the end of the session, I automatically write a message from your higher self to you, directly to you. So my session usually take 1 hour plus 30 minutes of the automatic writing. So if you are interested, the first session, you're gonna pay about I have a discount of about 50%. So you can do only for $55. And in the end of the session, if you're not satisfied, I'm willing to return the money to you. So how my awakening path is taking place? I started my spiritual evolution in 2007 with Spiritism. I already have videos explaining about that, and I also explain that in a podcast. So let me go straight to the information where I got in contact into that really expanded my mind in a way that prepare my psychic, my consciousness to learn more about myself and align my consciousness with my mission. So a big mark was the teachings of Abraham Hicks. It's really important for you to understand how energy works, how your thoughts work, what's connected with your intuition. So that the law of cause and effect and all those things, that's really expand my consciousness tremendously. But before that, I was already very familiar with the non-physical side. I already knew that we were eternal, and yes, the people that pass, they do have the ability to communicate with the people that are still on the side of the veil. So I was already very clear on that. And then I have the happiness of finding the books of Dolores Cannon. And I read all of them. There are 19 books. More than 10 has audiobook. What saved me? Because I didn't really have much time to read, and then I just consumed in the audio version. But I guarantee you, one single book will open your awareness for 1, 2, or 3 things or more things that you never heard about before. Do not worry, don't try to go crazy. As you continue to study in this path, you're gonna get more clarities in all those things. So I just try to relax, that's new. I try to relax. What happens is when your mind when you learn about something that's completely new to you, and you are able to incorporate that knowledge to your thought system, align that with your consciousness, and then your higher self decide, okay, so Eleonora is ready to know about that. So Eleonora is ready to know that she is part of it. For example, with Dolores Cannon, I learned about universal parallels. I learned that a soul can split in a certain time and space. It can split. I learned that when you are sleeping, if you are in a starseed especially, you may go places to do light works. And then I figured out something. I had a friend that we were very close when we worked together, but then we went different paths, and he got married, and me too, and then we kind of lost contact. We are not close anymore. But for years, once in a while, he would just come in my dreams, and in my dreams, we were still that close friends. So one day, I kind of going a little bit ahead. I explain later how I get in contact with my guides. I was already channeling my guide by automatic writing. So I asked my guides, why he comes to my field and I'm dreaming? What is the purpose of that, since we don't talk like for more than 10 years? Why is that? And they said, because you and him, you guys are part of the same oversoul, and one point in time, long time ago, you guys split. So when you are in a sleep state, you guys go together in missions, in doing light work. Because my light with his light are very compatible, so this kind of amplifies. So we do light work when we are sleeping. How I start to get in contact with my guides? First, when you start to get aligned all your chakras, you clean your chakras, you may get in a point where your third eye get clear and activated. I think one thing that's really helped was the Course in Miracles, the lessons of the Course in Miracles. Here is the thing. You don't want to be psychic, extensive psychic, to open the window to the non-physical when your mind is constantly in fear, in hate, guilt, shame. Because the low vibration energies and entities will come to you like a vampire. You don't want that. That won't be fun. Leave it closed until you until you clear your mind, your consciousness, and subconscious. So that's what the Course in Miracle did for me. It shifted my consciousness, my perception, and helped me clear my subconscious from all the blocks, all the thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve me, and align me, my mind and thought and heart with love and peace, and took away the fear and judgment. That's what the Course in Miracles do for you. So I was aligned. That's great. And I also find out Tina Louise Spouting that channels Jesus, and she's a clear channel. She channels extraterrestrials and her guides, and she wrote 8 books. I read all of them. That's really expanded my consciousness even more. And I also in the group of Tina, a community group. And one day, their guys just decided, let's teach everybody how to automatic writing. So, for my surprise, I tried the exercise and it happened. And first I got a message from a cousin that had passed less than 2 months before. And then who came was somebody to say, I am your guide, get to know your guide. I'm gonna make a detailed video about how I became a channeler through automatic writing. But I learned to know that this guide actually is a Pleiadian that's another version, a future version of myself. We have the same oversoul. We are one. And one of his mission is to help me, and especially at this moment. But he has been with me since the beginning. Just 1 second, somebody's trying to call me. So, and then I read the book of Elena the Nun, A Gift from the Stars. Actually, I read her book even before I tried automatic writing. And because I knew about it is, I understood about who is good, who is bad. So my higher self understood she's ready to know. She's ready for communication now. And I explicitly ask, if there is any being of love and light from the stars that want to communicate with me, I'm open. I did that. And he came through automatic right, and actually he was me. But he didn't just came, he knows everything about my incarnation here. Because he is in the 5th dimension, he is connected with our higher self, he knows everything that he puts his mind to. So, but he didn't just came and spew all the beans. Because the law of the free will, you need to be ready to know something. You need to be ready. And they're not going to tell you anything that by knowing will cause you more problem than good. They're not going to do that. So I read Elena's book, and then I read Megan Rowe's book. They all telling about the same story. And I remember about an event when I was 9 years old. So I just pop up in my mind, oh, did that also happen to me? And here is the thing. When you have a question, those questions, those thoughts, those memories, is your higher self bring back to you. So is your higher self telling, okay, you are ready to know, but you need to make the question. Because even though you are in contact with your guide, he cannot just tell you without you ask, because that will go against the law of free will. So when I had questions, okay, so I would contact him and I will make the question, and then he will answer and confirm. I'm not gonna go in details on that story. If you read The Gift from the Stars and Welcome to the Future, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But what I'm trying to say is, after you understand, after you learn about something, you expand your consciousness, and you are ready to incorporate that information into your psychic, your consciousness, and then your higher self will bring you memories. It will inspire you to make the questions. And then the answers will come in many different ways. For each person, it will be different. So that's how you get activated. And how the book of Ismael Perez come to picture. Well, if the books of Dolores expand my consciousness tremendously, it's really prepared me to Ismael's book. And even though I was very familiar with so many things that Dolores was telling me, I have a lot of questions on what happened even before, and what happened after everything. I just want to know, see the big picture. Where God came from and where we started descending from God, and when we live here, we don't live that long, and then what happened? And Ismael answered all those questions. And then he told, oh, actually, you're gonna have, if you are a Starseed, you're gonna have a version in each one of the dimensions. And slowly, those versions has been active. I'm been getting ready to get in contact with each one of them. So right now, I have the Pleiadian. That was the first one that came. And I'm also in contact with another version of myself from Sirius and another version from Lyra. So let me know how you have been activated. But just to remind you, you do as you wish, but try to align yourself with love. If you have traumas, if you have resentments, work on purify them and shed light through those shadows. Because once you open that door, you are a target. And not even Archangel Michael or Jesus, Saint Germain, whoever you ask, they cannot save you from yourself. They cannot save you from yourself. You say, please, Archangel Michael, protect me with your white and blue ray of light so I don't let any negative energy entities get close to me. But then you are that negative entity. You are constantly feeding fear. You are constantly feeding resentment. It's already inside the bubble. So it doesn't work that way. You need to do the work to purify your mind. I'm not saying that the Course in Miracle is the only path. It's not. There are many paths. For me, was one that was very effective, and I have done, Tina Louise Spalding has done all the lessons online. They are all free on YouTube with the comment of Jesus, bringing even more information and connect each lesson with your daily problems. And last year, 2022, I did all the lessons in Portuguese with the translation of the comments in Portuguese. And this year, I'm doing the lessons again in Spanish with the translation in Spanish. So, but there is many therapies that you can use. You can do an alignment of your chakras. I'm not the only one. I never heard anyone that's really combining Reiki with the channeling of the higher self. So if you want to come to me, I'll be happy to help you. But there are many out there. And it doesn't really matter which method you use, as long as you get in alignment with love. Many people, almost all of us, we were traumatized when we were a child because the system, the culture was to traumatize the kids, really. You're supposed to fear your parents. That's terrible. You're supposed to fear them. So that's caused a lot of trauma. Heal your inner child. You can do that for free. There is a lots of free information in YouTube. It's even in Google. Explain how you heal your higher self. Are you gonna make some meditation directly to that? Heal your higher self. And there is many other ways. Journaling. When you keep your mind, the mind goes, the ego loves that. If you have a problem, the ego likes to keep your mind going around and around and around and keep you in the low vibration all the time. Just journal about that. Write it and burn it. That's it. And I recently discovered another technique. If it's something that's really bothering you and you are ready to do this part, the second part, you write everything about. Just write everything about the first thing that comes to your mind. Do not censor. I'm not going to show nobody. You finish, you burn it. You're going to already feel relief. Now you write it again. But when you finish a sentence, you read it. Oh, that's pretty bad. Do I believe in that? Where this belief came from? Doesn't matter where it came from. But is that serving me? Oh, no, that's not making me happy at all. I feel really bad feeling in my stomach. So I don't want that belief anymore. What I do? What I do with that belief? Belief is just a thought that you keep thinking all the time. So create a mantra that's the opposite of that thought. And then when you create that mantra, you just keep thinking all the time. Instead of feeding the other belief, what's going to happen? That thought will become a belief. And then you're ready to replace. And when you're reading, you say, oh, I don't like that. I don't think I want this in my life anymore, in my mind. So literally cross it out and down write your new belief. And then you continue. Do this exercise. I guarantee you, you're going to feel a great relief. If you don't feel the first time, do the second, third time, as many times as you need. Every time you do, you're going to feel better. So how you get activated? I think the first step you really should do is start to clean your spirit, mind, body complex from all the shadows, from all the blockage. The blockage that stop the light from flowing through your whole body, all the cells of your body. You need to clean. Because here is the thing. The entities that are in the other dimensions, they do not have the right to read your mind. But guess what? The ones that are in low vibration, they don't follow the rules. They don't follow the rule of free will. They will read your mind. If you open the window, they will attack you because they read your mind. They know exactly. They know exactly. You say, stay away from me. I send you away. They will laugh and you say, huh, do you think you have any moral with me? How about that thing that you did or... oh, you are too sad that the thing happened to you. They read your mind because they do not follow the law of free will. They don't follow any law. So first work in yourself. Don't rush. Things will happen when meant to happen. You can accelerate, but you need to do the work. Don't try to rush to get activated when your mind is still in fear. That won't be beautiful. Don't rush to activate all your chakras. Do you know what that means? That means when you activate all your chakras, you clean all your energetic body from all the shadows. But those shadows will not just dissipate. Some will, if you're already ready for it. But others, they will just rush to the surface. Rush to the surface. And you have to deal with them. So be gentle to yourself. Do this in a gentle way. That's what I do in my sessions. I always ask to the higher self of the person to release only what the person is ready to release for their highest good, and that is in alignment with their life's purpose. So he knows exactly what to do. I don't need to know, and the person exactly also doesn't need to know. The higher self knows. So that's all for today. I wish you a happy, peaceful activation. Leave in the comments below your experiences. And I will come back more in this subject. Much love and light to you. I love each one of you. Much love and light to you.